Okay, welcome back to our discussion on joins. So in the last video, in the last lesson, we mentioned that if there were not matching rows or columns in both tables, then the DBMS would not include those um, in the result. All right, so if we check again, Control L, right, we see that eBay was not included. Okay, so to overcome this problem, so basically you as the data analyst, if you are asked to provide a report that shows any missing or any rows that don't match, then we use an outer join. Okay, so if I want to see any symbol that does not have a price as yet, then I use an outer join. Now there are three types of outer join. There is a left outer join, there's a right outer join, and there's a full outer join. Okay. Before I move on, I also want to mention that when you look at SQL documentation, they use the term inner, okay, to be precise. So when you say a join, it means an inner join. But in most cases, to be explicit, you can write inner just to show the person who's reading your SQL code that you're doing an inner join. Okay, so that's just something I wanted to add. So make that change and include an inner before the join. Okay, so how do we make an outer join? Okay, so we're going to call this a full outer join. Okay. So I'll just copy this. Right. And so instead of having inner, I'm going to say full outer. Okay. And I could load my file again. All right, so this was the inner join at the top, and this is the full outer join. So notice when the DBMS found eBay, and it tried to check to see if there was a matching row which has an eBay in the stock price column, and in the stock price table, it could not find one, right? Because there was none. So the full outer join simply states that if there is not a matching column or row in the other table, you still need to include it in the final result. And since nothing is in the other table, what should be there is simply left as a blank. Okay, so there's no price, and obviously there's no current value. Okay, so that's what we mean by an outer join. Now, there is the left, there is the right, and there is the full. Okay, so in your exercise, you will work some problems which allows you to differentiate which is which. Okay, because it's an area where a lot of people get confused. They're not quite sure when to use full, when to use left, and when to use right. So hopefully the exercises will clarify that doubt in your mind, because it's quite a very useful and powerful command to be able to find rows that do not match or don't have a matching row in other tables in your database. All right, so that's it for joins. We're going to move on, and in the next video we're going to start looking at doing a bit of SQL programming. Okay, I want to introduce the way you add more functionality to regular SQL statements. All right, so we kind of refer to that as SQL programming, or using the programming language that PostgreSQL has embedded in it. All right, so each DBMS has a language that allows you to do more complex tasks compared to only using regular SQL. Okay, I'll see you in that lesson.